Okay, so let's go over some definitions and your first two postulates that you're going to be writing down in your geometry handbook. First, let me tell you what a postulate is. Um, a postulate is a statement that is self-evident or seems to be true but cannot be proved. Okay, that's a postulate. By self-evident, we mean it's kind of obvious. It doesn't really require any explanation. Um, it is what it is. Like, for example, this first postulate: only one straight line can be drawn between 2 points. That's an obvious statement. Of course, I can only draw one straight line between 2 points. I can draw a bunch of different crooked lines between 2 points, but I can only draw one straight line between 2 points. If I draw it again, I'm just going to be drawing the same straight line. I can keep doing that forever, but the line's not going to change. It's going to be the same straight line. So that's what postulate 1 is. Only one straight line can be drawn between 2 points. Okay. The second postulate says a straight line is the shortest line connecting 2 points on a plane. So if I want to connect, if I want to connect 2 points on a plane and use the shortest distance to connect those, I would draw a straight line. Obviously, my line isn't straight. If I had a ruler, it would be straight. But that's what postulate 2 means, that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Anything other than a straight line is going to be a longer distance. So if I want to find the shortest distance between 2 points, draw a straight line from one point to the next, and then measure that distance, and that is the shortest distance. That's postulate 2. Now let's go over some definitions that you find on page 5. The first one we want to go over, or I want to go over, is array. Array consists of an endpoint and all points along the extension in the direction the ray is drawn. So here's array AC, and it consists of a bunch of little dots all going in the direction that the ray is drawn. So this ray is drawn in this direction. So basically, all this ray AC is a series of dots that extend along the ray without stopping forever. That's ray AC. Okay, it does not stop. It doesn't have an endpoint. It has a beginning point, but it doesn't have an endpoint. That's what array is. And the way that you indicate that you're talking about array is like this. You draw the letters and then with a little arrow on top. That's how you show you're talking about array. Now a line segment is different. A line segment has a beginning point and an end point. So line segment AC has a beginning point and an end point. So that's a line segment, and you indicate a line segment by drawing the 2 points that you're talking about and then drawing a little line above those 2 points. And that shows that you're talking about that line segment. Now that line segment consists of, well, this one here consists of AC and all the points between AC. That's what that line segment consists of. The other thing that's important here on page 5 is to know the difference between equals and congruent. Equals means that two things are the same thing, that they are the same, that they're not different objects, they're the same object. Okay, that they're the same. That's what equals means. Equals, you usually use equals to talk about numerical quantities, like 2 plus 3 is exactly the same as 5. There's no difference as far as quantity goes. With shapes, you don't say two shapes are equal because the two shapes are not the same. They're different. So square A is not the same as square B because they're two different squares. I can't say that they're the same. They're not. They're two different squares. But I can say that square A is congruent to square B, which means that they have the same measurements. But I can't say they're equal because they're two different squares. They're not the same square. But I can say they're congruent because that means they have the same measurements. Okay, when two squares or when two shapes have the same measurements, we say those shapes are congruent. And the congruent symbol is an equal sign with a little squiggly line on top of it.